Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I know this was definitely not planned. Definitely not planned. But I thought, you know what? During this festive time of year, and seeing as I actually have some time on my hands before things get too hectic, I thought I'd stream for a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Ignore how long the loading screen was. I actually don't even know how long it was. Let me check. It was about 5 minutes. Okay, so there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. I was making a thing for Twitter. I was making a thing for a post for Twitter, and yeah, so I took a little long on that, but it's okay. It's okay. So I'll probably post that before I go to bed and after stream ends. Merry Chrysler, Merry Christmas, Merry Crisis, Merry Crisis. Hello. It is a low effort Christmas from me, but a Christmas nonetheless. This funky little Santa hat. I mean, doesn't it look cute? Doesn't it look cute? I downloaded like these assets for like a whole like dress outfit, but I couldn't figure out exactly how it works. Like I get like it pins stuff to like, you know, the model, but like every time I moved it would like rotate and then it would like stay rotated. Get rotated. So I didn't know why that was doing that, and it didn't look right, so I don't know. I need to I need to get good with VTube Studio. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, I have brought out live 2D stories full, the everything. I figure, you know, special occasions call for something special. Something just a little special. But yeah, as previously stated, I am planning to have a debut at some point. So that was when I will officially be using this model. So until then, I'm just probably gonna pop up like periodically every so often. So when you least expect it, she comes out of the shadows. Ah! I got some Oh, okay. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope your Christmases and your holidays, your time spent with family, or the time just yourself has been going really well. I spent pretty much, I was gonna say the whole day, but no, that's a lie. I didn't spend the whole day with my family because I was at work. I was at work for 4 hours. 4 hours, my guys. 4 hours at work today. For some reason, we were open on Christmas Eve. I know there's a lot of places that are open on Christmas Eve. However, I would not deem us a necessity on Christmas Eve. I mean, in other regards, maybe, but not for, you know, like the usual like Christmas shopping, last minute rush, that sort of thing. But regardless, we were open, and we basically spent like the majority of the day just eating. Like my one coworker, she ordered us all like some Mickey D's, and it was delicious. Oh my gosh, the hash brown this morning was so good. It was so good. I love hash browns normally, but just this hash brown, oh, like it hit different. It was so good, and like it was crisp, and it didn't stick to the liner, like the paper liner packaging that it's like in. Like when it doesn't stick, you know it's gonna be good. I also just like my fries and potatoes, fried potatoes on the crispier side, so if they're a bit more golden brown than like kind of not, then I'm sold. Oh yay! I'm glad you're enjoying the background music. It was actually kind of a last minute add-in when I decided I was gonna do this. I was like, wait, I think I saw a BGM that was free to use. So then I uncovered it. So the link is in the description for the person that created it. Really good, really good. Hello, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to you as well. Happy holidays. Oh, what a nice time. Like, I know it's like, you know, kind of, you know, just conventions to be like, oh, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Like, just say that to like everyone during this time of year. But I don't know, there's just something really nice about it. Because like, you know, there's always like, you know, the common niceties that everyone says, you know, just out of, you know, societal expectations. But at this time of year, it just feels a little bit more magical. Just a little more magical. I quite like it. Yeah, so after we got to the Mercadeurs this morning, I immediately, like, not even like 15 minutes later, I think, maybe 30 minutes later, but like right after, I made myself a cup noodle bowl thing. I had gotten it like a bit earlier in the week, and I was still kind of hungry, and because we were only there for 4 hours, we wouldn't get like a lunch break anyways, so I was like, let's go, let's make some noodles. And they were delicious, absolutely delicious. And then, oh my gosh, like at our office, so many people kept bringing us chocolate and like candy and like just food to eat, and we're like, we may be a ravenous bunch, but there's only so much we can eat. So there's so much left over that like each one of us could take something home. Like, I think I brought home like a tin of Quality Street chocolates that hadn't been finished yet. Everyone in my family enjoyed that. We all love our chocolates. We all love our sweets. But yeah, so after that, basically spent the rest of the day with the fam. Okay, so in my years of being working in the kitchen, I can make some pretty bitchin' guacamole. Just saying. Like, say the word, I will be at your house with this bowl of guacamole freshly chilled for you to consume. You have to provide the chips, though. That's the deal. You have to provide the chips and the money for transportation. No, I haven't made guac in so long, but tonight just proved I have not lost my touch. And I'm so happy about it because it was so good. Like, guac does not have to. Okay, I'm gonna say something maybe partially controversial, but maybe people will see it the way I do. Guac does not have to be super fancy. Guac does not have to have all these spices and all these marinades, all this blah blah whatever. It can literally be like the simplest thing of like, how many ingredients did I use? So there's avocado. 5 ingredients. You can make guac with just 5 ingredients, and like, it's golden. You're golden. You are fantastic. As long as you do it right. Like, there's obviously a method to the madness, but if you can get that method, the madness will consume you as you consume the guac. You'll be so happy you won't even care. Woo, burnt eggs, let's go. I don't like eggs, period, but I can only imagine, like, everyone's got their taste for eggs. Unless you weren't trying to make them burn, but still, woo, burnt eggs! Yeah, what else did we have? We had basically just like a whole smorgasbord of hors d'oeuvres, appetizers. Ooh, excuse me. That's the strawberry watermelon drink I just chugged. That was delicious, but I forgot in my room for like a whole day. How many hours? 9 hours? I forgot in my room for 9 hours. Whoops. But yeah, so what else did we have? My older brother made some chicken wings, and my younger brother made some pretty like kicking meatball sauce. Like the meatballs, they were just like microwaved. It literally just put in a dish and microwave, but the sauce, that was some good sauce. Like, it was really good. It was like soy sauce and then like ginger mixed in. I think maybe just a bit of sugar in there because it's sweet. And then he was trying to ask me, like, he was like, Stories, taste this, like, what, it feels like it's missing something. I'm like, yeah, it's like kind of missing like a little bit extra oomph. So I was like, add a little bit of spice to it. So he had some chili powder. Oh my gosh, phenomenal. It was just so good. And then we obviously have to throw in some veggies in there because it's got to be at least a little healthy. I mean, it's Christmas, but you got to balance it out just a little bit so your body doesn't completely hate you. That's what I've learned. If you go all out and you don't have at least a tiny bit of balance to kind of hold back the complete downfall of your body and your stomach, you're going to regret it. I say this with many years of experience of regretting all the food I've eaten at Christmas because I feel horrible. I mean, it feels great in the moment, but then you're like 3 days later and you're like, I regret everything I've ever done in my entire life. Please spare me from my misery. Imagine Santa, but he just delivers guac. Hey, I mean, if you put it on your list and you're on the nice list, maybe he'll bring you some guacamole, and maybe he'll do it in like a temperature controlled, like a cooler bag. That's what I'm trying to say. A cooler bag with all these ice packs, and maybe he'll even throw a bag of chips in there too. I think that's a pretty sweet deal. You know what? He gets all these cookies and milk all the time. Maybe he'd like to return the favor, the foods. No, get some food, give some food back. What if you gave Santa chips and guac instead of cookies and milk? Would he like that? I mean, if the guac is as good as the one I made tonight, I think he might make an exception. I mean, you know, something to cleanse the palate from all the cookies and milk he's been drinking and eating. I mean, the milk would cleanse it in itself, but still, like a whole taste, like 180 flip. Yeah, I want to get some more guac. We ate all the chips, though. We ate all of our chips, and I don't just... or do I want to eat by the spoon? Do I want to eat guacamole by the spoon? No, I shouldn't eat guacamole by the spoon. I really want to, but I shouldn't. I added a lot of things into the guacamole. Like, there was only 5 ingredients, but I added a lot of each. And it was by accident. I didn't calculate. Okay, here's the thing. When I made guacamole in my days in a kitchen, working in a kitchen, and it had like a measured to a science type recipe. When I do it at home, I don't measure anything. My mother's like, here are 3 avocados, have at it. So... I ended up putting like half an entire onion and then like 7 small bundles of cilantro. And I didn't realize how much cilantro I had and how much onions I had until like I cut them up and I was like, oh. And I looked at like the scooped avocado halves I had in the bowl and I was like, so I have as much of the add-ins as I do avocado. Interesting. But it ended up being like kind of like chunky, but like in a good way. Like it was still smooth because like the avocados were like really mashed up because they were like super ripe. But like the chunks is that like that extra crunch, that good crunch, and so good, so good. Guacamole cooking stream 1. I reveal my secret guac technique. I've been wanting to do like a sort of like a cooking baking stream sort of thing at some point. I have to figure out how setup would work with that. and had to keep my family out of the kitchen for like 4 hours. See, that's the hardest part. The hardest part isn't the setup or like trying to figure out like how to get your mic downstairs. And I think I can figure that out because I'm kind of wild. I have 3 microphones. They're not all in use. One of them, which the one I would bring downstairs to the kitchen, is it's the very first like USB mic I ever had, I ever owned. So I'd probably just use that just because, like, you know, easier to transport. Why not? But no, it's not the tech setup. It's keeping your family out of the damn kitchen. It's like, streaming is one thing, but if you're like taking longer than like 2 hours, it's gonna be like, can I please get some water? Can I eat in the kitchen? And then like, even if they're not eating, like they'll just come in and out sporadically. It's like, can you go away? It's like, I love you, but go away. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I do that just yet. But you know, it's always a possibility. Maybe there might be one day where I find myself home alone, completely alone. Maybe the pets are wandering around, and I might be like, yes, this is the perfect chance to make some churros. So yeah, who knows? I also did just sporadically buy okay, so I think I mentioned this yesterday, but so I went out shopping just really quickly because there's like a store just across from my my workplace. My mom was like, hey, we need some more gift tags. Would you be able to just drop by and buy some, pick some up? So I was like, yeah, sure. I went in to get some gift tags. I came out with gift tags, 2 boxes of gift tags, some tissue paper, some bows, the cup noodles that I ate today, and a donut pan. I have no reason to buy a donut pan. That didn't stop me. It will never stop me. I saw it. It was on sale for $15. I took it, and then I went immediately. It was literally right on my way to the cash register. I could have been home free. I did not have to spend $15 extra on this donut pan, but I saw it, and the chaos within me took over, and I suddenly had it in my arms. So, long story short, don't ask me to buy anything, please. That's only inviting the option or the chance of me buying more than I really need to. But hey, I mean, considering how much I have been baking and will probably bake in the future, let's make some freaking donuts, man. Let's make some donuts. Let's go. Papa Guac. Papa Noel becomes Papa Guac. Papa Guac, give me some guacamole. Instead of cookies and milk, he'll want Pilk and Popeye's biscuits. That is cursed beyond belief. I mean, the Pilk in itself, that's one thing. But the Popeye's biscuits? What about the chicken? Where'd the chicken go? Is this just our leftovers? We didn't eat the biscuits and we're just second-handing them to Santa? That's messed up. I mean, hey, I like the Popeye's biscuits as much as the next person. Actually, I think they're probably maybe my favorite fast food biscuit. I have not tried Red Lobster biscuits. I've heard that they're fantastic, though. My one boss, was raving about them today. I've never had them, but I hear they're fantastic. But I like the Popeye's biscuits. The problem is, I always get too full. I get too full, and then I don't have enough room to eat the biscuit. It's a dilemma. And I feel so bad because it's like, oh, I like the biscuit, I'll save it for later. And then I end up just eating everything else and the biscuit's still sitting there. And I'm like, no, I'm too full, but I want to eat the biscuit. But then like if you like leave it, it gets like kind of hard and it's like just not great to eat after. It's like, it's kind of like fries, but in like the opposite way. You know, fries get really soggy when you leave them. The biscuits get really hard and it's like, I cannot eat you. I wish I could, but I cannot. So, the one time I remember this was in university, I got Popeyes maybe for the first or second time in my entire life. I honestly did not have Popeyes until that very moment. It was, university changed a lot of things for me. But yeah, I got Popeyes. I got like their nugget combo deal, whatever thing, and I had the brilliant idea of putting like 2 of the nuggets in between the biscuit. So I broke the biscuit in like half, and I made like a nugget biscuit sandwich. Put some ranch dressing on that. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. I haven't done that since though, but it is a good idea. It is a good option if you want to try to incorporate the biscuit from Popeyes into your meal. Make a sandwich. That's probably not a profound thing, but it's my advice, okay? It's my advice. I like to think Saint Nick would appreciate the variety and the creativity and deviation from milk and cookies. You know what? I agree. You know, after, centuries, maybe even millennia of, flying around the world, delivering presents and getting like the exact same thing with only slight variations of maybe the type of cookie and maybe even the type of milk, given the day and age that we live in, you know what? I think he would appreciate some variety. Nice. Priorities. Is that, I'm assuming this is in reference to the donut pan, in which case thank you. My priorities are supreme. Oh goodness gracious. I feel like the intended use for donut pan is kind of its name. If you have it, let nature take its course. You make a very valid point. It's like, if there be donuts, let there be. Let there always be forevermore. Donuts. I've seen people like on the internet, they like use the donut pan but make things that aren't donuts. They're just donut shaped. Like, I think I saw someone make like, what was it, like cheese donuts? So like, I don't exactly remember how it was done, but they put like cheese in the donut pan. Maybe it was like a silicone mold or something, a silicone mold donut pan, and then they like froze it. They took them out and then they breaded them and then deep fried them. So then it was like mozzarella sticks, but in like a donut form. That sounds fantastic, but also like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of work for some mozzarella sticks. We actually have mozzarella sticks. We didn't make them. My younger brother literally took them out and forgot about them. He was so busy making his sauce. He got lost. My dude got lost in the sauce. He forgot about the mozza sticks. So they were just sitting on the counter. So we're gonna have those another time. I'm excited. I like mozzarella sticks. I'm not a huge fan of cheese on its own. When it's deep fried and breaded like that, it hits. It hits. Oh, we also need to get some more like chopped garlic or minced garlic, whatever it's called. The stuff that's like like garlic chunks and kind of like the garlic juices in the jars. It's delicious, but the way I'm describing it just sounds horrible. But we had like a ginormous jar just full of garlic. I don't know what happened to it. I'm assuming we used it, probably. But I don't remember when we used all of it because we were trying to look for it today and it was just nowhere to be seen. So maybe like it expired or maybe we just used it all up. Either way, we had no garlic to be seen except for garlic powder. So my brother tried to make like honey garlic sauce for the wings using garlic powder. We didn't have any sauce for the wings, which was fine. They actually tasted pretty good on their own, and the sauce that my younger brother made actually was fantastic with the wings. Like I had some just sitting on my plate from the meatballs, so I just kind of swirl around on there, gave a little pat down with some sauce on there, and ta-da! Fantastic. It was a very good meal, very good 10 out of 10 meal. I wouldn't risk it for the biscuit. I mean, I gotta pick and choose my battles, man. Sometimes the biscuit just ain't worth it. gotta do what I gotta do, or what I can do. There's only so much I can do. For the biscuit. We lost another one to the sauce, boys. Make sure his family knows. Godspeed. Excuse me. Yeah, the stream isn't gonna be super long. I just wanted to have a little chat before I go to bed. And the chaos of Christmas consumes me. The chaos of Christmas consumes me. Do that 10 times fast. The chaos of Christmas consumes me. The chaos of Christmas consumes me. Tongue twisters, my mortal enemy. For the one who cannot speak. Speaking in tongues, all twisted. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, and we watched some Christmas movies. Oh, actually, I'll lay out a question here for you guys, because apparently this is a debate. I learned about this from a TV show, and apparently it's actually just a real life thing, according to my parents. So the movie Die Hard. So, are you on the side of it being a Christmas movie or not a Christmas movie? What's your verdict for anyone who has seen Die Hard? You consider it a Christmas movie or not? Because apparently that's a big old debate. I don't particularly have a preference on it. I just find it very amusing that it exists as a debate. I can see why, and I can see the sides of both. I can see how it could be a Christmas movie and how it could possibly not. I also just find it hilarious. It's like, you know, if it were to be like unanimously considered a Christmas movie, it is one hell of a Christmas movie. We don't find any meanings of Christmas or good tidings towards all in this movie. We just get a lot of good action. A lot of good action. So yeah, we watched that tonight. My favorite character is it's the cop. What's his name? Like Powell or something? Yeah, he's good. He's good. But I just feel like that was just probably just such a fun production. Just so much was happening. Like the whole setup towards it, and being in that, if to be on that team of the bad guys, that must have been such a fun time. Oh my gosh. So no, I actually quite enjoyed that movie. We ended up watching we wanted to watch that first, or my older brother suggested watching it first, and I was like, as much as I want to, it's really intense to start out with, so let's try something else. So we watched a Bo Burnham special. Why? I don't know. Why not, I guess. There was only one song that I recognized because I'd seen just a clip of it, of that one song. It was the expectations songs, if you want love, lower your expectations. It's that one. Because a lot of people I've seen a lot of people use the first verse as as a meme. It's you want a guy that's sweet, a guy that's tough, a feminist who likes to pay for stuff, the kind of guy that gets along with your friends without being attracted to any of them. That one. I've seen that meme used. I think I saw someone use that meme for the Argo characters. Oh my gosh. But yeah, after we watched that, then we watched Die Hard, and then we watched Elf. We watched Elf again. Elf's a good movie. It's fun. You consider a Christmas movie? All right, I see, I see. Never seen Die Hard, but I believe in letting people live their best lives and finding the joy in the hills they choose to die. So you too pick and choose your battles and let people live the way they decide to die on that hill. Yeah. I was trying to say something profound, that didn't happen. But I also understand that for sure. Oh man, opinions are so funny sometimes. Sometimes they're like, okay, we can chill on this, but other times it's like, you know what, this is kind of fun. I like these silly ideas that have come out of your brain, typed onto the internet, or spoken out of your mouth. Let me hear more funny word, man. What is your wisdom? You know, I just realized something. I've got all this Christmas stuff here. I don't even have it snowing. What am I doing? Especially out here, we can't have Christmas without snow. There's too much of it to ignore. No, but actually, like, the storm has gotten, it's gotten a lot better. Thank goodness. It's just windy now. It's just windy and cold and annoying. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, things are a lot safer, at least in my area, anyways. Oh my goodness, my my cousin's family, my extended family, they don't live too far from us, but they got hit with the storm that just passed by a lot harder than we did. My area and kind of like the surrounding areas actually got pretty lucky. Like it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as like other places. And like my one cousin, like, oh my gosh, she had such a heck of a time. Like it was pretty much straight out of like a Hallmark movie. And like not even him, not even just him, but like my uncle also. So like this legitimately sounds like it was out of like a Hallmark movie plot. So he's driving home and there's this car that's like kind of following behind him, and I guess, you know, he pulls up at his house and this car is still behind him. Turns out it's a mother with two small twin children who's from the States and is trying to get home, but she can't see because there's a freaking blizzard. So she ended up staying at their house. And like, meanwhile, all this is happening. We're in the basement. My mother is like relaying us this word for word as it's happening. Like, she's getting texts from my aunt and she's telling all of us, and I'm just like, okay, this is just, they're living a Hallmark movie plotline. We are the like side family who gives the exposition to the audience. We even have the annoying dog. Like it just works. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh man, but yeah, things seem to be getting better over there. So I wish them a very safe holiday. Safe for the rest of winter, please. Please. Oh, you haven't seen any of those movies. Oh, okay, that's okay. I mean, there's probably a lot of movies that you've seen that I've never even heard of, and that's okay. I've reserved my wittiest barbs for this channel and nowhere else. You know what? I'm honored. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, so let me just pull this over. So, I've seen like, so there are like these like slime channels that I'm subscribed to. Okay, don't go away, don't go away. But no, there's like these slime company channels that I'm like subscribed to, and sometimes they do these like ASMR videos, but it's like rating my slime's ASMR or my charm ASMR with my tiny microphone. And I was out shopping for presents for my family, and I saw the tiny microphone, and I was like, oh my god, I have to have this. Do I know how to hook it up? Absolutely not. Do I care? Nope. So I now just have a tiny microphone, and I will figure out how to use it. So it says use with smartphone, laptop, or desktop, so mini mic stream in the future, maybe. Can you imagine just me like holding a microphone like a stand-up comedian, but it's tiny? Oh my goodness. To be a quirky yet relatable family member in a feel-good Christmas movie who teaches the protagonist what it really means to do a Christmas. Exactly. Learning that true spirit of Christmas. In sometimes some questionable ways. Sometimes. It's like, yeah, you've been horrible to me in the past, and I have, you know, I have good reason to not trust you or like you, but in the spirit of the holidays, I will forgive you and give you an amazing present that you don't deserve, and you will barely give me anything in return, but I will still accept it like a good Samaritan because that is what it's all about. Or something like that. I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of like Hallmark movies in my days. I just know the tropes. You know, like it's the you know, the hardworking girl in like her mid-30s who's like, you know, super successful with her business, but she's lost touch with her roots and she needs to go back home for some reason because like family business is like going down and she's got to save it. And then she meets like, you know, the small town guy who really opens her heart and realizes that her city boyfriend is complete trash, and she ends up saying, you know what, I found something real back home that I can't get here, and you will never be able to give to me. I'm going there, I'm going back, and you can't stop me. And then she ends up saving the day, winning over the heart of her suitor, and maybe some rival in there tried to mess things up, and she's like, no, I'm too good for that, blah blah, and all is well, and maybe Santa makes a cameo or three. The end. Merry Christmas Eve! Merry Christmas Eve! Thank you so much for joining! Hi! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! I will do my best to stay strong in this cold. I mean, as much as I am Canadian, I am also susceptible to cold temperatures. Like, I was taking my dog for a walk tonight, and I didn't have a hat. I do have a hat, but it was upstairs, and I was already downstairs, and I did not feel like going upstairs. So I was like, nah. So, my ears were freezing. Like, we literally just went like maybe 2 minutes around the block. I say 2 minutes, it usually takes me about like 7 or 10, but my dog was going very fast. He was also like, I do not want to be out here for longer than I need to be. We are going immediately. Absolutely now. So yes, the pace was very quick, but by the time we got around the block, my ears were like, I could feel them getting freezer burnt. It was like they were so cold. It's like I could feel them going red with coldness, and that is not a fun feeling. It's not like when you know the expression, like, you know, like rosy red cheeks. It's not just for blushing or being embarrassed. No, it could literally just be like you're standing outside in like -7-degree weather, and it's been a little bit, and you're really cold. You don't have a scarf. You don't have any face protection to keep you warm, and your cheeks are all red and rosy from the blood trying to keep the circulation going, so your face doesn't freeze to death. Yay! So fun! Yeah, tomorrow, about an hour, 59 minutes, as I'm now looking at the clock. It just turned 11:01. It will be Christmas soon. And after Christmas, it'll be the new year. It's kind of weird. 2023 is already coming up. I'm kind of unprepared. Is that the word? Yeah, it just feels so weird. Like, it feels like I didn't do anything this year, but like a lot has happened this year. Like, I don't think I can remember it all. My memory's been pretty bad lately, but I've done a lot, been through a little bit. I mean, this is a whole chunk of what I've been setting up in the background, so you know, I may be a little low effort for Christmas this year, but I think because of all the stuff I've been doing, you know, kind of behind the scenes, and you know, the progress I've been making on myself as a person, I'm not too down on myself about it. Like, maybe next year I'll do something a bit more grand, more festive for the holidays, but you know what? This is enough. This right here is enough. Hi, Merry Christmas almost. Merry Christmas almost to you too. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. I've never played Ace Attorney before, but that meme always spreads a little joy every time I see it on my timeline. It is quite a funny meme. And that's true. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. So this is almost Christmas, but that doesn't mean it is Christmas. You feel? I feel like our collective sense of time has collapsed over the past couple of years. Oh god, so true. Like, yeah, I don't understand how it feels like everything and nothing has happened. It's honestly the weirdest thing. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, I agree. It is good to acknowledge where you are and where you've been. Much agree. I mean, yeah, you can, you know, acknowledge maybe where you want to go and where you're hoping that you're going and where it seems like you're headed, but worrying too much about what's to come is... Now, how do I say it without sounding, you know, pretentious? I guess, you know, worrying about what's going to happen takes you out of what's, you know, happening right now. And technically speaking, all we have is like a now. Like, I mean, there's what's happened and we can't undo that, we can't change that. and what's going to happen becomes our now. So I guess in a way it's more productive to focus on our now, at least, you know, for the sake of our mental health and all that. I mean, it is good to plan. Definitely good to plan, don't get me wrong. But I feel I've learned, or at least experienced over the many years, that worrying too much into the future is a bit self-destructive, at least to myself. And it doesn't give me the time to kind of appreciate what I have going on right now and kind of, you know, be in touch with myself. Is I'm always, you know, just trying to figure out what I'm doing next, worrying about what's going to happen, things that I can't control, even if I wished with all my heart, with all my might that I could. There's just no way that I can. There are simply things out of my control that I will never be able to, you know, figure out. But this is still something that I'm trying to learn and trying to, you know, practice, and I'm definitely not great at it, but I feel like at least a little bit this year, kind of reeling myself back and just feeling how I am, who I am in this moment as I am, because I will never be like this ever again. I will constantly be changing in big and very small ways, but who I am right now is the only time I will be like this, and I want to acknowledge and accept that. So yeah, I've done a bit of growing over this past year, and I've definitely got a lot more growing to do, as we all do. I don't think we ever really stop growing as people. I feel like, you know, maybe there's a point where we reach in our lives that we, you know, find ourselves like content, but there's always things that we'll be learning and reshaping ourselves to kind of understand ourselves better and grow into better people that we want to become. It's not easy, and you will definitely fall and take steps back, backtrack, do the same mistakes over and over again until you finally get it through your thick head. And don't worry, I'm not calling you guys thick-headed, I'm calling myself thick-headed. But maybe you can understand my sentiment. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you can relate in the ways that I'm feeling. But yeah, I feel like my goals have shifted a little bit. I wouldn't say like in terms of like specific goals, is like those are like, you know, always constantly changing, or they aren't really set in stone. More like but I feel like my outlook as a person of who I want to become has kind of, you know, shifted. I don't think of myself being like, oh, I need to be this perfect person who can like do everything and like be everything that I want to be, and like, you know, amaze people like all the time, just be like this just absolute pinnacle of personhood. I think, yeah, it's kind of shifted more into I want to be at a point in my life where I, you know, have come to, you know, accept and be content and am happy with who I am, and I have learned things that will help me to cope and be the best person that I can be. And that can't be all the time, but knowing that even on those days I'm still content and happy with myself as a person, that's gonna be really hard to achieve, but it sounds so amazing, and I hope one day I will get there. So. Don't mind me, just getting a little emotional. Ha ha ha. There is a certain freedom in recognizing what you can and can't control. Being in tune with yourself is a valuable thing. I agree. I agree for sure. It's definitely hard because, you know, you want to be in control of things. It kind of gives you a sense of security and, you know, the big scary unknown. Things could happen at, you know, the snap of a finger. And you're caught off guard, you don't know what to do. You have no safety net. And I think, you know, being able to like come to terms with that, come to peace with that, as just, you know, as a constant of life, can be very freeing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I literally just decided this like about an hour ago, so if you've already made plans, that's totally okay. The vibe will always be here. But yeah, like, I think I'll probably, you know, I'll stream again after the holidays are over. And just, you know, do another little catch-up where we kind of delve into some more games. You know, I've been doing a lot of talking streams lately. And like, doesn't feel too weird actually. Like I thought it'd feel a little more awkward on my end anyways, because, you know, trying to think of things to talk about is hard. Especially when I've kind of like lost my wind and I'm just kind of like, ugh, what do I do next? But I think that's another thing that I'm trying to learn is, you know, I don't have to be like, you know, on all the time. And, you know, like, you know, some days are better than others. And maybe just, you know, not... My mother tells me this all the time. It's to stop thinking too much. Stop thinking too much. Because I think, I'm fairly certain that my brain is my biggest obstacle. Like, I mean, there's a bunch of obstacles in my life, but my brain is like, is the biggest. Like, there's so many things like I want to do and want to say and want to create, and the only thing that's like stopping me is like this hunk of gray matter in my skull here. You can almost hear it rattling. And yeah, I want to figure out how to get past those blocks and just be able to just do things. I don't know what that's going to entail exactly, how I'm going to be able to get past them, but you know, there are things that I want to do and I want to figure out how to do them. It's definitely going to take some trial and error. But yeah. The wink. What this? See, I love this model so much. I can't wait to be using this full time. And then when I get it full time, when I start using it full time, y'all will get these winks all the time. It's a win-win. I get to wink, and you guys get serotonin. Equivalent exchange. Oh, excuse me. Strawberry watermelon drink again. Sometimes a good chat is its own reward. You know what? I agree. I agree. My mom used to tell me the mind is a wonderful servant but a terrible master. How freaking true is that? This brain is the worst at controlling this flesh mecha. Like, good god. Shinji, get out of the robot. We need to reset, regroup, and try this again. Your mecha has anxiety. I'm sorry, that shouldn't have been as funny as it was. It's not even that funny. Oh god. I think it's getting too late. Things are being funny when they aren't supposed to be. Oh god. Oh boy. Yeah, mental health is very important. Get those things off your chest. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mental health is a very complicated thing. I mean, it's also kind of like, you know, you care with, you know, physical health. It's a constant thing. Like, one thing isn't gonna, like, be the be-all end-all solution. As things change, as you grow up, things are maybe aren't going to work as well as they did before, and you gotta adapt. You gotta find new strategies. You gotta go back to your practitioners and figure out new things to do to keep yourself in check and keep yourself healthy and happy. Alright, well, it's been about an hour, so I think I'm gonna end it here. But yeah, this was really nice. I'm glad we had this little impromptu stream. So, thank you everybody so much for joining me. Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And I will see you guys after all the festivities are over. And, of course, remember to hydrate. Hydrate festively. All the liquids, all of the consumable liquids in solution and non-solution form. And get in touch with yourself today. Ask yourself how you're doing. Because you know, you always ask everybody else, oh, how are you? How are things going? Sometimes you gotta ask yourself that, because sometimes you have no idea what's going on in your own head. You just gotta take a moment to be like, what's up, me? How am I doing? Where am I at right now? Self-checkup. Self-check-in. And, as always, until we meet again, bye-bye! I really wish I had like a Christmas outro screen, but I definitely don't. So just pretend it's like winter in like Florida or something. I don't know. Unless, is there snow in Florida right now? I don't think so. But it's like colder, right? I don't know. Suspend your disbelief. Bye.